I'd like to indicate to you that this effort has been one that was sincere. It's something that I have done as a labor of love. I have enjoyed all of my time as a member of the Congress of the United States of America. And I want to assure you that when I go back to Congress next week, I still plan to take up the cause of women in this country. I still will fight to make sure a woman has a right to choose. This is something that we cannot allow men to deprive women of. No man has a right to tell a woman what to do with her body. When I go back to Congress, I'm still going to be concerned about my Latino brothers and sisters, many of whom are suspect because of the way they look. We live in a country now where if you happen to speak a language that is related to that of persons who are from Mexico or from Latin American countries, then you can become suspect. And I do this because I remember when I was suspect for just being the color I am. So I'm going to stand up and fight to make sure that we no longer have our Latino brothers and sisters suspect for being just who they are. Let's fight to protect them in this great country. I want to acknowledge and let you know that I still will support the LGBTQIA plus community. People ought to be able to be themselves and not be demeaned for being themselves. So I stand with them, I have stood with them, and I will continue to stand with them. I think that it's important for me to know that there are some people who live in the streets of life. These are not the people who have been born into plenty. They were born into poverty. And I think we have to continue to fight poverty in the richest country in the world. And as such, I will continue to push for legislation that will allow us to help people to move from the streets of life into a place to call home. This should not be the case as we drive and traverse the area around our city, such that we see people who are sleeping along the sides of roads, under bridges. This is unacceptable in the richest country in the world. I will continue to fight to end poverty and hunger in the United States of America. My Asian brothers and sisters, I want you to know that you have been so important to this campaign as well as to my efforts in Congress. And I promise to fight to make sure that people are not denied the opportunity to buy property because they just happen to be from a certain place. They're not here to cause any harm. They're people who want to enjoy the American dream like everyone else. So I will be fighting for you to protect your rights. But I also am going to continue to fight to protect the rights of people from Palestine. Dr. King reminds us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and the Palestinian people are still suffering. We have to do something about the suffering of the people in Palestine. But we also have to concern ourselves with the lives of all children. All children. It doesn't matter, Palestinian children, Israeli children, children in this country. We cannot allow our children to be slaughtered ever in any place on the planet Earth. I promise I'm going to fight to protect the lives of children wherever they happen to be. And with all of that said, I want you to know that I appreciate the press for being here, and I appreciate your patience. Mr. Menefee has claimed victory, and I am not going to challenge his claim. Mr. Menefee will be moving on with his career. I assume that in so doing, he will do well in Congress.